Today we'll be talking about Saints Row Old versus New, and my personal opinion on where the series or franchise has gone over the past 4 years since Saints Row 3. Alright, we're going to start off with Saints Row 2. We are starting on Saints Row 2 because Saints Row 2 is where I started in the series. I didn't start on Saints Row 1 like most fans did. I started playing Saints Row 2 about a year after it came out, so I was kind of young into Saints Row 2, and that's an age I shouldn't have been playing. I was probably 9 years old maybe, and I was playing it, so yeah. If I was 9 at this moment, I wouldn't be able to give the best description of the game, but let's just see what I can do now. Saints Row 2 is my favorite out of the whole series because I feel like the gameplay is the best. I really like the superpowers, but it's not Saints Row. And also I had one of the most richest full of life stories out of the whole entire Saints Row franchise. With the not gonna say any spoilers, but there was much better like character development, and it kept me entertained through the whole story. In Saints Row 4 and 3, it really couldn't do that. Especially Saints Row 3. I hated the story in Saints Row 3. So I think Saints Row 4 slightly made up for it, but still didn't come anywhere close to Saints Row 2. In the end of Saints Row 2, spoiler alert, I'll give you about 3 seconds to leave. 1, 2, 3. You kill Julius, and with the DLCs you get a ginormous cliffhanger with Dex. And what do they do in Saints Row 3? They completely screw it up. The worst part was they set you up for like one of the best sequels ever. But what do they do in the next game? They completely change their art style, completely change everything, get rid of so many of the old characters like Troy, Dex, well, all the other ones I could think of kind of got killed. But all the main characters besides Gat, Shaundi, and the boss, they got rid of. And they moved you to a new city, Stillport, no longer in Stillwater. They just completely changed the whole game, and I honestly think Saints Row the Third is the worst because of this. Because Saints Row 2, like, they had the best story, and that was supposed to carry over into Saints Row the Third, but it didn't. In Saints Row the Third, they changed the art style, killed off characters, and ruined the story. They killed off Dex, basically. We've seen nothing about him since Gat Out of Hell. Well, for Dex. But Troy's also gone. Troy kept the boss alive in Saints Row 2, so Troy is actually really one of the main characters if you think about it. Because if it wasn't for Troy, the events in Saints Row 2, 3, 4 would have never transpired. Troy is the reason Saints Row is the way it is now. Not really, but Troy is the reason Saints Row is still going. Because he kept the boss alive, and they just killed him off. Volition has just completely tainted the Saints Row story. The series is in a stalemate. Whatever happens next can actually work with the series. The next game could take place in space and they'd find a way to justify it. That's just how messed up the story is. They've completely butchered the story over the past couple games, and they just don't know what to do next. I feel the best option for them to do is a reboot, which I guess I would say just take it back to Saints Row 2 and begin the reboot with Dex. You getting your revenge on Dex, not the crappy way that you did in Gat Out of Hell by killing him like in the Saints Row 1 Hitman activity. No. Just no. I feel the only way the series can actually go back and be as good as the way it was would be doing a reboot. And still, if they did a reboot, all the characters, the old characters are tainted. Troy, Dex, even if I got to kill Dex, it wouldn't matter now because that character's ruined completely. In Saints Row 3rd, they brought in plenty of new characters like Kinzie, those two twins. I can't remember their name because they're gone. In Saints Row 4, of course, they like to kill off characters. They killed off Gat in Saints Row 3rd. They bring in Oleg and Josh Burke and like all these characters that were never in the Saints Row series before, and they killed off quite a few main characters to get to this point. And now Saints Row is the way it is now, I think because of that, because the new characters and Steve Jarris. I think hopefully when Jarris leaves, Saints Row will go back to the original way. I'm praying for that reboot. Part 2 will be coming next week, and my official return to YouTube is starting. So I will have one video out per week. It's no longer going to be like what I used to do, just sporadic posting on random dates. It'll be a schedule. I'll post every, let's say, Monday of each week. So every Monday I'll have up a new video, or Sunday, depending on what my mood is. So yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later.